Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess you're gonna just look at the camera,
Okay.
right? Our interview this morning is with Larry Shetter. Larry was born in May of 1946. He served in Korea and Vietnam. His highest rank attained was E6, Staff Sergeant. He served in the United States Air Force. This interview is conducted at Burleson, Texas. Today is Friday, April the 21st of 2017. My name is Dale Dexheimer. Milton Gibson is also in the room. Milton is our videographer. This interview is conducted for the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress and also Operation Remember, Burleson, Texas. And with that little introduction, Larry, you can tell us about your time in the U.S. military, sir.
And I believe it was August of 1965, I joined the Air Force. The draft was active at that time, and I got word I was like three numbers away from being drafted into the Army. And at that time, everybody was going to basic training and automatically being shipped to Vietnam, no questions. So I joined the Air Force because they would tell you what you were going to train for. They would test you and see what your skills could be. And they told me before I signed the paper and joined, I would be in intelligence. Sounded good enough to me. So I joined for 4 years and went to San Antonio to Lackland Air Force Base for my boot camp. And that was, and I know it was the Air Force and it wasn't as tough as maybe the Marines, but in those days it was pretty crazy. But went through that, came home for a week or so, and they sent me to Vandenberg Air Force Base out by Santa Maria, California. First I went to crypto school up north. I can't remember exactly where it was now, but it was a couple of months to learn to be a cryptographer. And that was interesting because it was crypto top secret security clearance was a pretty big deal. And they did a lot of investigation back in Keller where I grew up. People and everything worked out all right. So I got to Vandenberg, and I was there just a few months. I went to the commander and volunteered to go anywhere in the world because I wasn't happy. I wasn't a surfer, and it just wasn't my way of life. And within 30 days, I got orders to go to Osan Air Base in Korea. I got over there, and I was there for a year, about between 11 and 12 months. And at the end of my tour is when the USS Pueblo was captured. And that was a real interesting situation, being a cryptographer and the stuff you get. And I got a message about it, and all I did was send a message back saying destroy all the equipment because it was exactly the same thing we used. And I assume that message went out to everyone. I don't know. But they could not send me from Korea to Vietnam because Korea was still considered a danger zone in those days. So I volunteered to go to Vietnam because I was 21, 22, single, no children, no wife. I just figured I'd rather something happened to me than some guy that had family. So I got sent to Vandenberg Air Force Base. No, I did not. I'm trying to remember Vietnam now. It'll come to me in a minute, my goodness. I got assigned to a year over there. And military, even though I had the top secret crypto clearance, they knew I loved the Korean culture and the people. So they assigned me to be with the Korean Marines up in the mountains looking for snipers.